photo I worked with, and I sketched it in 2-point perspective, lightly in pencil. The day we went, the other day, at the time we were there was no shadows. It looked flat. It was only one color. So I waited later in the day and the sun was shining. So I played up the color because the red turns almost yellow, orange, and played up that instead of just the building. So I thought it'd be more interesting with the shadows. So this is the painting. Let me first show you. Oops. First layer, light and watercolor. So you put your first value on top of your sketch, light. Add a little more detail. So in the sense, you put your light tones, you put your middle tones, your mid-tones a little darker. So you can see I did a little darker, a little more, a little darker. And here I really worked on the focal point where I wanted you to look, because I figured let's get that done and just suggest the rest. So there's the finished painting, small. So here it is. Now, I could keep it this way and put a frame around it, but I could do what's called cropping. So to show you cropping, I might say, I just want to focus on the center of interest, which is the entryway, because the entryway is really interesting for an old building. Or I might say here, because all the shadows on the here are interesting, but maybe not. Maybe I want more sky. I'm debating whether I make the more dramatic sky and you don't see hardly any of the pavement here. So I'm going to live with this a little bit, because whether I leave the sky the way it is and make it a stormy day or really sunny with more sun coming in, or whether I show more of the pavement and the shadows here and come down like this. I think this might be more interesting, because shadows. Or I could also pull it here. So one thing as an artist, you're always thinking size, shape, color, placement. So, I think this would work, or this would work. I started another one, but the next one, I only focused on this little part right here. And you'll see that later on. You'll see my beginning. This is my photo I was working from. Highlight the shadows. I like this and this dark band of shadow. Shadow here, and this is all the shadow. So I started with putting this base color. Now I need to figure out how to get the lines in and how to put the shadows in. So this here is right now 1-point perspective. And with 1-point perspective, this is flat. And to keep this white, I used a masking fluid, which is in here, which I could squeeze on, and now I can peel it off, because I want to keep that totally white and show up white. And when it dries, it just peels off. So I protected that part. And then I protected this area white. It looks kind of yellow to you right now, but that was in here. I applied it, let it dry. But if I peel it off now, I have a nice white highlight. And I peel it off here, I have a white highlight. I already peeled this little dot there, peeled it there. Boop. This here is a very, very light, so I didn't want to lose it in case I did a bad job of painting it. I wanted to make sure that was stayed really light, so I put that, peel that off. This right here, it looks yellow, but you see in the photo, it's really, really white. So I did put a little, I think it's okay to peel all of it off now. So this peels right off, And I was able to keep that little band of white. So now I have my light, and now I need to go to my midtones and go darker and darker. And that I will show you later on.